Today's episode is brought to you by Bark Technologies. With parental control monitoring apps and the new Bark phone, Bark is the best comprehensive parental control tool for families. Listen to today's episode for more details. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Don't Make Me Come Back There. We are a funny podcast about family. My name is Dustin Nickerson. I'm a stand-up comedian and the host of the aforementioned podcast. And alongside me in our state-of-the-art recording studio above Public Square Coffee in downtown La Mesa, California, is my lovely wife and co-host, Melissa Nickerson, and our producer, Andy Laura, ladies and gentlemen.
Sup?
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 Sup, bruh? Orange County, ever heard of it, bruh?
Ever heard of it?
Yeah.
It's so good.
I get that bro son, and it's just that all the time. It's like this face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that because you're high?
You're just like,
You're just so chill.
It's a perpetual state of chill. The bro just.
Mm-hmm.
What?
The slightest head movement, just the slightest.
This is what a bruh looks like at a funeral. Like, bruh sucks. Totally lame that my dad died. It's like, not chill, bruh. There's just the vibes at this funeral are just whack, bro. Just like, what? I would cry, but I can't open my eyes, bro. They just get quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
when
their
they get
emotion. Bruh.
Can't, bro. My dad's dead, bro. They talk like they're at the perpetual exhale of like that when you smoke and then they exhale, they're up, or the inhale when they're still holding it in. They're
always inhaling.
Bros always talk like the hit is still in their mouth. Like, no, just give me a second, bro.
I think you really.
The Blink tickets are way too expensive, bro. Sorry. Welcome to our little podcast, everybody. It's exactly how we planned on starting. Appreciate you tuning in, everybody, to our little podcast that could. Backseaters, Welcome back. Keep it down back there. I hate a backseat driver, but we've got a lot to discuss today.
That's
Will
right.
we get to it? Who knows? Never know.
You never know.
It's the second episode day. We're loose as a goose, baby.
That's right.
Loosey-goosey.
Happy end of July.
Happy
to
end of
you and
July.
yours.
Our studio right now is a ticking time bomb of heat intensity.
So hot.
The
Yes.
heat wave is coming on. We're 3 minutes in, and it's already cooking.
We're sweating.
It is as hot as I don't know.
You know, sets are hot or cold. It's one or the other.
Oh, you're talking about
You know,
sets that
because
you've
like,
from all the sets you've been on.
the lights make it hot,
Mm-hmm.
or they don't turn the heat on because it's gonna get hot,
Oh man,
or they don't have heat.
we saw my family last I guess 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Melissa
man.
made the mistake
Yes,
of
I did.
referring to James
Yes.
Corden as James.
Yes, I did. And
She
as
goes-
I said it,
Yeah.
I caught it.
And my family is the type that will pounce all over you for something
Oh, yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
So she goes, well, James, he likes to talk. And everyone's like, oh, James.
Yeah, but as soon as because they were asking about the green room, and I was like, I did it. I slipped up.
It happens.
Yep.
It happens.
Me and James were just
Well,
chatting.
it is funny because you never would call him that even to his face.
No.
Whenever I see famous people, I actually use their full name.
Yeah.
Like I go, like the few times we have been on the show, I'm like, James Corden. You know, you
Yes.
do their full I don't know. It feels
James Corden.
It feels like I wouldn't call him Mr. Corden. I wouldn't call him James.
Right.
So calling them, it's kind of like saying a Mr. almost. Which I'm saying, if you see me in public, you call me Dustin Nickerson, Mr. Dustin Nickerson.
Yeah.
And you bow.
We're very post-formal era of like accomplished celebrities, right? Instead of like Mrs. Monroe or Miss Monroe over here.
Now it's
a
like
full identity.
Dustin Nickerson.
Yeah.
You call me by my handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in Salem, Oregon, and I got recognized. This is a funny experience. This is like Hank Green had a very funny or a very poignant TikTok where he put out, he was talking about The Fault in Our Stars, and he's like, that was like a wildly successful book, but still he's like, less than 2% of Americans have read it. Nobody read that book, like comparatively, like to be globally recognized, you have to be so big. So we walk out of it was not a coffee shop, it was this cool little like hipster food court where there were a lot of different variety options. Salem's had a real come up too. We like Salem a lot. And we walk out, Salem, Oregon, and
it was a food hall.
It was a food hall, but there were good restaurants. And we walk out and a guy just looks at me and he goes, Dustin Nickerson. Like, and I was like, yeah. You know, and I was nice, and I like getting recognized. If you see me in public, come say hi. I like it. It tells me my career's going well. You know, it's like a raise.
Somebody's watching.
Yeah. You're like, oh, wow. And then he was nice, and he recommended a coffee shop that we asked about. It was great. And then that barista was so mean to you, and so the coffee was fantastic. And we went to, and then he was talking to me, and his friends were talking to him. And the guy goes, he's like, this is like Dustin Nickerson. This guy's like a comedian. And the guy goes, yeah, I've seen that face before. And that is such a, like, there was like 8 people in the group. 1 knew me by name. 6 had no idea who I was. 1 had seen my face before. That's not bad, honestly. For a random pocket of 8 people in Salem, Oregon, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
No.
Anyways, guys, upcoming touring dates. Speaking of going out to random places, thank you everyone that came out in Nashville. Appreciate it so much. I know those shows were good. Coming up the 28th, we've got immediate shows coming up that you need to buy tickets to. The Late Show, we added July 28th at the Earl in Atlanta, and then we go to San Jose, August 2nd, Sacramento, 4 shows, the 11th and 12th, Omaha, the 23rd, the 24th in Milwaukee, the 25th in Minneapolis, the 26th in Tulsa, the 27th in Dallas. Shows those are almost sold out, and we're probably not going to add a third one because my manager doesn't recommend that we do. I have a manager now. How about that? And then San Antonio. I think the tickets are running low there, too. So, and then it's September, Houston, Oklahoma City, Austin. And then December, Phoenix, Columbus, Cleveland, Liberty, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Grand Rapids, all and beyond. I think on sale by now are Portland, Philly, maybe New York. Welcome to New York. Crazy.
Wow. I just couldn't go with you on that one.
I know?
It's too much.
Yeah, well,
too much for this.
I would love to have you join us
this
on
hour
the
of the day.
today, Melissa.
I'm sorry. That's a tough song.
No, I
Pretty
didn't.
high.
Yeah. It's a tough song.
Can't sing that high, bro.
Can't sing, bro. This is my 1 octave. My register is down here. It just keeps going further down. I just keep swallowing the words further until I choke on it.
Amazing.
It's a thing. Well, could you?
Okay, I'm gonna join. Okay, I'm gonna join the podcast.
Could you join this Instagram live, Mel? Could
Yeah.
you hit join and
join.
Yeah. Mel's been up
in.
since 6 in the morning. She took our kid to get his driver's license today. She did not get a full night's rest last night because we've been doing laundry. And you've been doing laundry, and then we made the sheets dirty. Up top.
Oh, my. Dustin.
Huh?
Ew.
No, because it was hot. We were sweaty.
Heat wave.
What are you talking
San
about?
Diego heat wave.
What are you talking
Oh,
about? What
my
did you think?
gosh.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, would you stop?
No, we have...
Stop.
What were you referring to?
Stop.
I don't understand.
Just,
It was so hot, bro.
I
I'm
don't
so
even understand the reference.
it's so hot.
I am lost right now. I am lost right now.
I got lightheaded during the first
I know.
podcast.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Here's what we're going to talk about today. We want to talk about some family travel stuff, road trip versus plane trip, pros and cons, traveling with teens versus little kids, and the pros and cons and the difference of there. It's good because between the two of us, we have 3 kids accumulated from.
We have 3 kids. Andy has 4.
Andy has 4. There are 7 kids
wins.
accounted for in this group.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were all also children at one point.
Right.
I am a father. You're a mother. You're a father. We have 3 parents here. So I feel, and we have gone places and we've done things.
We sure have.
We sure have.
Yeah.
And so let me ask you this, just out of the gate, just don't overanalyze. Oh, this is funny. I wanted to say, Melissa has this thing about her.
Okay.
Where I don't even know how to fully articulate. This is an excellent snapshot of who the lovely Melissa Nickerson is as a person. Yesterday, Joel, in the drive home from the airport, goes, "Dad, is there anything that you didn't do that you wish you would have done?" And that's like a pretty thoughtful question. And I know what he's doing. Maybe he read that online somewhere, maybe just thought. And I said, I was kind of did the classical. I was like, I wish I would have went out for basketball when I was in middle school because I was pretty good, but I was intimidated and I never played before and I didn't know the rules super well. Like, I don't know, how do you get to the foul line and stuff like that?
And you were a skater.
Yeah, and I was a skater and skaters weren't supposed to play basketball. And so there was like, bruh. So I wish I would have done that. And then Melissa goes, well, sometimes things work out, so I try not to live with regret. And I go...
This is after a 12-hour travel day.
Yeah, Melissa, but that's not the point of this exercise.
I know, but you're supposed to be like, I wish I learned how to cook pasta, like homemade pasta.
But your son is trying to connect with you about your life and your story and your experiences, and he's not asking for like
a lesson,
100,000-foot global perspective on this. He's not trying to get insight on this. He's not trying to get you to Oscar Wilde the situation here. He's trying to get you to be like, is there anything that you regret? And you, well, because immediately
regrets come to mind, like foundational, life-changing decisions.
Right.
And so what I did say was, I wish I would have trusted my gut more and gone against the crowd.
Right. Which
again is a mom lesson.
Not an answer. What he wanted to know is if you would have wanted to learn how to play guitar. That's what he wanted to know.
I know. I'm just the wrong person to ask.
It is so, I'm
just going to shoot from the hip, and I knew I couldn't say something I would regret saying.
Well,
that's why I did it.
But I still think what's different about your answer that I like better is that you could have actually gone out for basketball, right? Because it's like it was a real opportunity in front of you,
right?
Or maybe there was it's like I saw the form and
Mel
I didn't
did not give
sign
a real
up.
answer.
Yeah, like I think it's like, oh, I wish I played
would
guitar.
Have conformed to the man.
Yeah,
I wish I would have.
I know,
stood my ground more against peer pressure. Well, give me a specific example.
I know, but all of my things that I would have said, involved, being a young mother. That's what came to mind.
Oh.
And that's the kind of stuff that you're like, it all worked out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You're so anti... surface level
chat. That's why I can't be like, I wish I learned how to make homemade pasta. I'm like,
and they're like, no, we wanted to know if you wish you would have seen Matchbox 20 in 99 or something. They want to know, I had an opportunity to go do this.
Instead, you went mini golf that night.
Yeah.
That's what they,
I better come up with an answer. Should have seen In Sync with my friends.
Yeah, but it is, you do have a kind of an inability to, you have an inability to do surface level chat.
Even
it's not that you don't like it, it's that you have a visceral negative reaction.
Yeah, that's why I'm so bad at just answering favorite color, favorite movie, favorite.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go deep.
Yeah.
And most people are like, we don't want that, Mel.
Yeah. They're like,
just pick a color, you weirdo.
We just wanted to know what you wanted to order from the Cheesecake Factory. We didn't need to hear all this. We didn't need to hear about how I'm not really a foodie. Like, all right, well, we're eating.
I hate myself right now.
The poor kid's waiting for us.
I hate myself. I'm ready to go meet some new friends in the South. Me and all of my deep feelings.
You do you'll take a circumstance and you'll go, what does this say about me? Or what is my... I don't really like eating out. I understand that, but there's no other food.
Dying, so please...
I like it. I like it a lot. There's a.
I won't leave her high and dry. I feel I struggle with a lot of the same things. I can't give the pet answer.
They're like, man,
life is too hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, I don't really care about owning a home, and I wish I didn't. I wish I would have just been more truer to myself growing up. And they're like, man, we just need to see your Costco card. We just.
I don't even like Costco. Can I tell you about that?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get it with the Costco.
I don't run with the pack.
The carts are too big. I don't want to be here.
Too overwhelming.
Yeah.
For me. So.
Like, man, this is a PTA meeting.
Can't take me anywhere.
I love it. No, I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite parts about you. It is just sometimes you are a downer in a group discussion sometimes because you'll just be like, I don't know.
I'm just going to kill the vibe now.
You're like, I don't know.
Because I want to.
People just aren't what they are. They act like they are. Sometimes you think you know somebody and then they show you their true colors. They really, you let them in and you thought that they let you in.
Yeah. And that, they didn't. And then I feel double bad.
Uh-huh. And they're like, okay, Mrs. Nickerson, well, the school bell just went off and we need to start class now. If you could leave, I have to go teach your child. Like, okay.
And I'm like, but the last counselor at the school left.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's bridging the gap here.
And they're like, ma'am, I asked if you wanted peanuts or a granola bar to go with your seltzer with no ice. So if you could just
fall in line.
I also like one of my favorite things about you is your inability to order.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good example. Last night we went and got Mediterranean food. It was just the two of us. And we went to a restaurant that we've been to a couple times, and it's Mediterranean. You know what?
The Oriental of Europe?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You have an idea of what you're going to get. And we'll go and I look at the menu and you've suggested probably 9 things. I don't even know if you're telling me or you're telling them to the restaurant at large or what you're suggesting. Like, oh, they got falafel. You're like, yeah, they have falafel. And you're like, you could get, okay.
You eat a lot more Mediterranean than me.
And then I go, I see exactly what I want. And I go, I would like the salmon dish, please. The Mediterranean salmon dish. And you go, y'all have that too.
And then remember, you were paying, and I was like, "Can I get a water?" Oh no, it's too late.
And they're like, "Yeah, you can get a water." And they're like, "Can I get a water too?" And you're like,
"We can share this water.
Like, we can just split a water." I was like, I feel like. You're like, well, they're going to charge you. I was like, they're not going to charge us for this water. I promise. It's the little plastic cups of water.
I was like, we have water in the car. Really special.
Yeah, I'll just have that too. And like, I don't know. I don't eat a lot of Mediterranean, and eating out isn't really my thing. And is it even going to be that good here? And some people just make their whole personality about eating out. And they're like, yeah, ma'am, this is your bus stop.
Yeah. Oh man, it's too much. I'm too much, but you know.
Okay, ma'am, you're in room 314.
Business or pleasure?
Yeah, you're like,
Well,
like, I don't even, what is it with hotels?
hotels.
Anyways, yeah, I just don't even.
I hate traveling.
You're just like an apartment for a night. I don't even. I lost a home in 2009. And I guess I've just never really felt comfortable in a bed since then. Okay. Well, breakfast is from 6 to 9:30 here in the lobby. We did not make a single hotel breakfast in 7 nights of hotel stay.
We had high hopes.
I have to stop when we're traveling with teens. I have to stop even booking a hotel where we might catch a hotel breakfast because we don't. But at least on show nights, we have no chance.
You did one time. You went and got a bunch of stuff.
Portland, Oregon. They were 6 to 9, which is some BS breakfast hours. 9. There are a lot of people.
McDonald's starts serving lunch at like 10:30. So
I understand that you have to cater to the earlier crowd.
Yeah,
I get that. And you can't be a breakfast restaurant for like 5 hours. I understand that you can't do 6 to 11 or whatever, but 9?
Brunch doesn't officially start till like 10:30.
Right.
So
it's probably just staffing. That's what they say.
They get their business to run or whatever. Just
hire more people.
Give them their AirPod and let them serve the turkey sausage.
Who do you think is staying in these hotels?
Yeah.
Vacationers.
I know.
Waking up early.
You know what you should do is a hotel should look at the age of the people staying there that night and make a decision on the breakfast hours. They're like, hey, you know what? We got a lot of 21 to 35-year-olds. Late, baby. They're sleeping in. Mm-hmm. Oh, a family with a bunch of teens. We got a lot of teen families. This thing's running from 9 to 1 tomorrow.
Right. Well, and then even with sports, if you do tournaments, a lot of times you're missing it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. You know what's crazy is I'll miss it on the front end a lot too because I'll be like, yeah, I'm out of here before because they don't open at like 4. I don't care that much, but we didn't go to a single one of them. And we've turned it a little more into like, let's go when you're at a hotel for a while, like you're like with the teens, you're like, let's get a bunch of food for the room. If we're going to be here for a few days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
know it's tough.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Mel. We traditionally have been hotel over Airbnb people, but we stayed in Airbnb in Crescent City and you did like it.
Well, I think when it's like, it was like an 11-day trip. And so at that point, like, unless you just pack an insane amount of clothes, like you need to wash some things.
Right.
And so we almost washed stuff in Portland, like while you and Claire were in the pool.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're like, I need to be around this washing machine for like an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And so we did it, and it was so nice to just do it in the Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then like all have a bed.
Are you a hotel or an Airbnb guy?
I go both ways.
Yeah.
On that. Because I love an Airbnb. If I'm with a family and we're doing a family trip and like it's like my brother, my parents, like they do vacation houses, Airbnbs, and I do think that's the way to go. Versus if we all did that in a hotel, I would be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But I like a good hotel experience because it's clean-ish as it seems.
You know what you're gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks clean.
Looks clean.
Is it clean? Don't care. Don't
Maybe there's breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can knock out breakfast in a hotel, you're saving, you know, with a big family, like $70, $80+
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but then when you don't wake up for it, then you're kind of mad at yourself.
Yeah.
When you start your day, because you're like, now we're...
You're living on a camp schedule in a hotel. Yeah. So it feels a little bit more like sometimes I love the structure and then sometimes I don't want any structure.
Yeah.
So go both ways.
And on an 11-day trip, you're essentially telling your children, like, eat a lot right now. And then we can like get a bite at like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you're like trying to like get them to not have 3 sit-down meals. You're like, maybe we could just combo this one up.
Yeah.
You know, if you like have a sit-down big lunch or dinner.
Sometimes it's a great mystery about Airbnbs, though. Like I stayed at an Airbnb in Alabama last fall, and like, you know, that house could have easily been in a horror movie.
Yeah.
And getting into that house at night was you know,
I cannot. Go ahead.
For us, we get early and late checkouts and early check-ins, checkouts with your status. And so when an Airbnb is like, come in at 4, we're like, what?
Nobody, I cannot be sold on Airbnb. Airbnb, you're paying to house sit. It is not a good deal. Hey, you can stay here, but here's the 11-digit code on how to get in here.
Yeah,
here's the
there will be no
60-second window that you're allowed to enter my home. You have to be silent at this time. You have to feed the cats at these times. And then you have to clean
Take
it.
the trash out.
Yeah, you have
start
to
the dishwasher, start the laundry.
You don't have to watch my mother in the other room, but just keep an ear out.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
falls or something.
They're like, this house better be cleaner when we get here than when you got here.
Text the house cleaner when you leave.
No, you text that. I don't own this house. I
paid you.
Why do I have to take better care of this than my own home? I hate an Airbnb. I cannot be sold.
I thought about like having someone, house sit for us because we have the cat.
Yeah.
But then I was like, how do we, if they have 5 people, then that's 5 sets of sheets and towels, and I'm coming home with all our laundry and all my kids' vintage haul.
Yeah.
Like there's no way we can wash all that,
Yeah.
and turn it around. And
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time at the end of an Airbnb, when they're like, please remove the linens from the bed and put them in a pile, I'm going, I could torch that and burn this whole place down. I would like to burn this Airbnb and put it in ashes. I'm so angry at them. I always resent the owner a little bit after all the weird communication and stuff that you have here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
The emails. Can we see the front of the house again?
Yeah.
And you have to pay up front.
Oh, yeah. And there's no flexibility. There's no, you can move this around,
and
you know.
You have, we canceled hotels day of.
Yeah.
Yeah, on this trip.
It is the same amount of work to buy a house in that area than it is to rent an Airbnb.
Yeah. You got to check for cameras.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
It feels like a home, but then you get there and you're like, no, this feels like this is running as reality TV in some other country. You guys this is streaming somewhere.
Yeah. They got a guest book.
They got a guest book. Yeah. Hey, do you want to see what the handwriting of the person that laid in these sheets before you looks like?
Yes.
No. I don't want to think about them. We got here for a romantic getaway. Ew. I don't want to hear about that.
Especially liked the 3rd bedroom.
We left a little present in the soap. Oh, no. No presents. Hey, if you could, before you go, if you could remember to turn on the water heater, if you could.
Light the pilot light.
Yeah, if you could light the pilot light, and then if you could just turn all the breakers to off before you go.
Disconnect the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Just a couple houses.
Hey, if you're staying here Thursday, Cox is going to come out and install the new Wi-Fi. If you could just make sure you're home between 12 and 4 on Thursday.
I'm sure they'll make that window.
And then once that internet gets up, we will increase your rate because it went from
It's high speed.
Now it's high speed.
Just do a survey and click the link and
is it Airbnb? Airbnb? Bed and breakfast?
Where's the breakfast?
No breakfast.
It's hilarious. The audacity to call themselves a bed and breakfast and not let you check in till 4 and then leave at 11. Hey, you don't get there's no time for breakfast. They kick you out before breakfast.
And they got that coffee bar sign in the kitchen. Coffee bar, always open.
Hey, we laid out some Keurigs for you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I can't wait.
It feels like home in here.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. Oh, no. I have to use the grounds. I have to go put that I have to fertilize the plants with these.
Sure, just some light weeding. Yeah.
If you could just do some light weeding for us. Yeah, Airbnbs are terrible. I cannot be sold on them. It is because there is a part of you that goes like, yeah, no, it's great that I get to stay in a home. And then I get there, I'm like, I don't want to be in a home. I don't want to be where somebody lives.
Yeah.
I don't want to be where a child has been disciplined. It's got a home.
You cannot go in the basement.
Yeah.
Go in the basement.
If you hear a chain rattling around down there, that's Timothy. And
He's a gargoyle.
We do need you to feed Timothy, of course, because, he gets cranky, and if he gets unfed, he can break the chain.
That's like when we heard the footsteps overhead. Boom, boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom,
Oh,
boom,
they're getting in the shower now.
Oh.
They go to work.
Because the guy who owns the home is upstairs.
And
he's watching your every move.
He has a 9 to 5. We share a driveway.
Yeah.
Get to see them.
Hey, Mr. Johnson. Ooh, good to see you.
Trash cans go here.
Yeah. My 16-year-old used your shower today, so, make of that what you will. Yeah, he's like, don't forget to take out the tray. He's like, hey, could you drive me to work?
My car died.
Airbnb, you might have to drive the owner into work that day.
Well, you already woke me up taking your shower.
Hey,
so...
I'll knock $10 off if you drive me in, because then I can carpool. And this Airbnb business is not taking off the way I thought it would be. I don't like Airbnb. I get it. If you're staying with 11 people, it's more affordable. I get it. But know that you are streaming in China somewhere. You're on some dark internet, We gotta stay
hydrated up here.
It's really hot in here. That being said, I have been thinking about renting this space out as an Airbnb.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, we might be able to. We can
put a hammock.
You see our show on YouTube somewhere else.
Yes. Can you sublet a sublet? Subsquared?
You can if you don't tell anyone.
Don't forget to subscribe. Sorry, stupid. Melissa, I am always worried about internet safety.
Yeah, especially with our kids.
Especially for you. I'm worried about what you are looking at, which is why I want to get Bark put on your phone.
Oh, boy.
Your phone, your laptop, your pager. I need to get Bark on
Bluetooth.
your pager.
Yeah.
On your Bluetooth.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little one in your ear.
Apple CarPlay.
As many of you guys know, we are parents. As many of you know. You all know we are parents.
Guys, we're parents.
We're parents. And internet safety is, I don't know if there's a thing that parents think about more anymore.
It is so important
it is
and so hard to keep track of.
Yeah. And thankfully, insert Bark Technologies. And then a hero comes along with Bark Technologies to monitor your kid's phone. And there's a new Bark phone, too. I didn't hit that. I missed that one. But before that, I was crushing that. That was pretty good.
That was good. Mm-hmm.
Bark Technologies is a friend of the pod, and we love them so much. There's a couple services that we've used with them over the year. The phone, the monitoring of your kid's phone, where they send you alerts and what they're looking at, and they have different levels and things, whatever it may be. It's fantastic. You're not spying on your kid. There's just certain things where Bark goes, hey, you might want to see this, and they show it to you.
Check out this tag.
And even better, simplify your life, ladies and gentlemen. Bark has a new phone.
That's right. And it doesn't look like a kid's phone.
No,
it's black.
No.
It's sleek.
Yeah.
Phones and technology is improving, and this phone grows with your kid.
Oh.
So maybe your kiddo is, kind of inching into like an Instagram account.
Yeah.
Or wants to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And you want to give him some training wheels to get there.
We recently let our kid get on Instagram, and it was because of Bark.
That's right.
We let our kid because we're less concerned, and because he's 15 and we're done parenting. But so tell him. But we also, we don't choose any sponsor for the pod. We like sponsors that makes sense and we use in our lives, and Bark is one of them. And the new Bark phone is something that we're really excited about, as well as Bark technology is what we use constantly. And we have some promo codes and we have some details. Hit them, Melissa. Give them those sweet, sweet details.
All right. So you can manage screen time. You can block websites and apps. You can monitor text, email, YouTube, and 30 apps and platforms.
Andy's excited.
You can get child psychologist advice and tips, even ways to approach kids when they mess up.
So how do they sign up and how do they save some money, Melissa?
Let me tell you. If you click on the link in the show notes and enter Don't Make Me, all one word, Don't Make Me, you are going to get 7 days of a free trial for the Bark Premium subscription.
And?
As well as
15% off for the lifetime of your subscription, baby.
That's right.
Loosey-goosey, baby. Oh, I'm so hot. It's so hot in here. Bruh, it is hot.
We're just getting ready for the South.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Can I compliment you, Mel? I know I insulted you a little.
I mean,
I didn't insult you.
Yeah.
I actually my favorite things about you are how particular you are. You're very singular and unique. I've never met anyone that even reminds me of you.
I'm one of a kind.
One of one, baby. One of one.
Not for everyone.
You solved, so to go to Crescent City where we stayed in this Airbnb, you have to drive through like Smith National River Park forest area and the redwoods and stuff. You have to go from
Smith River.
Yeah. It's so windy, so curvy, and I threw up there a million times as a kid. But you solved it.
I know. This is like one of those, village moments because my neighbor on the street behind us, they road trip a lot and they go to national parks because the dad is like a Boy Scout, leader, scout leader, and he's just an outdoorsman. And so, they were like, you can get meds for that. Like not like
you know this?
Not like bands.
Father. You can get like good prescribed meds.
You can get
for
prescription medication.
Oh, I didn't know you can get meds that high.
I don't mean like like the
Dramamine
bracelet and
no,
Bonine. So we've tried all that. We usually arrive in Crescent City with like bags of puke and clothing and car seats.
Like in Finding Nemo, the way she holds up the bag with the fish.
Darla.
In it.
I think it's
we
Darla.
We did that with our puke.
Yeah, we're like, we're
Darla?
here.
Was Darla the name of the kid? Jamie, could
does
you look
this
that
matter?
up? James. That's a Joe Rogan reference. He's got a little podcast that's.
I just thought it was funny.
He's got a lot of heat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie is the name of it.
Yeah. Okay.
His producer.
So, anyways, sure enough, made a couple phone calls, did a phone visit with the doctor, and the funniest thing was she was like, "You can go try this out." And I was like, I'm not going to try it out. I'm going to wait till I get to the redwoods.
Hey, just give your kid this and tell him to go spin.
Yeah, like
go
maybe
book a boat trip.
Yeah, book a boat trip. Yeah.
Hey, here, try this med. Enlist your kid into the Navy and just send him out and just see what happens.
And give us the data. So, that way we kind of know.
Yeah, exactly.
Get their sea legs.
Yeah, we want to know.
So, the meds worked great. Gloria had a patch behind her ear, and they each took
nicotine.
Like a
nicotine
tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unrelated to the motion sickness.
We're kicking a couple of bad habits
here,
too.
She's got Marlboro Reds, too, which is very surprising for a 14-year-old. I don't know where it came from, but... I guess at 14. First
I was going to say, depending on your age, I think Reds are probably pretty common.
Yeah. I think it's just whatever's in your house.
Yeah.
But Marlboro.
So, yeah. She's a cowgirl.
Reflects the parents.
I learned this from watching you. What?
It's such a good moment. TV history. So anyways, they made it. They made it.
I didn't think it was...
No puke, in or out.
Yeah.
And the hard part, though, is they can't eat. You want to just keep fluids and food at a minimum. So then it's like 4 p.m. and we've not eaten.
They're like, I'm hungry. Like, yeah, no,
we're
that
all
makes sense.
Cranky and hungry, but
I mean, you were eating. You had eaten.
We all tried to eat light.
Yeah.
For the girls who couldn't eat.
Yeah,
it's travel day. It's
when a family is in a van, when a family's in a car, if one of them is unhappy, kind of everyone's unhappy.
It's just too tight of a space.
Yeah. It's kind of, it's not an Airbnb where you can just go have your own room and just have your own space.
Ignore each other.
I'm really impressed by parents that can just kind of like let something go with their kids. Like when my kids are mad at me, I cannot let it go. I'm like, I need it to be resolved. And
you're an empath. Yeah.
Well, that's like a nice way of putting, like, that's a very polite way of being like, hey, you just need to get over this and not have to have everyone validate and tell you that everything's okay. I don't like people being mad at me, which makes having teens very hard.
That's very hard for raising children.
Yeah, particularly teens. Because they just kind of have a perpetual state of mad at you. And, you know, right? I don't know.
Of course, that's the whole point of being a teenager, is to break away from your parents.
Yeah.
And become an individual.
It's too bad there isn't a nice way to do it, though.
No, there isn't. I mean, how can puberty be nice?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good point. Your body's, that's a bit we do at our house a lot.
Yeah.
I know, your body's going through a lot of changes right now. Dad!
We all do it to all of each other. So,
yeah.
It's, I don't know. We're terrible to each other.
You told me something yesterday because I was telling you about how, you know, we raise our voices in our house from time to time. And you said you don't mind it. You don't mind an argument.
I mean, if two kids are just fighting nonstop, that's
No, you're saying with us.
But I don't mind disagreements. Yeah. I don't seek them out. But we've like, you know, given that this week we've had a funeral and a major travel day and we have friends in town who moved away and we're about to leave on another trip. Like there's been some circumstances that will bring more heightened emotions and stuff to the table. But no, I would I'd rather have the conflict than not work through it. Yeah. And hold on to resentment.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. And you're right. I guess
pretend it's fine.
Well, bullseye.
Bingo dingo.
Bingo dingo. Yeah.
Or
I think you're
even better, say it is fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it is, you know, being a parent does pull out certain sides of you that you go like, oh, it's important to me that my kids think I'm a good parent. That's like an important thing to me that I think about. It doesn't always motivate me to act like a good parent, but it does often motivate me to make sure they think I'm a good parent, which is not a great place to be coming from, but it's a reality. It's a real thing that I think and feel.
Yeah.
You don't feel that, though.
You don't feel that.
And ironically, the much better parent.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Absolutely not. But
I don't know if that's meant to be a compliment to me or a little self talk there.
No, it's supposed to be a compliment.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that ideally you have two parents and they're going to approach a lot of things differently, and that's probably for the better.
Right.
Because
that's a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to learn.
Yeah.
Like Joel had a grumpy, instructor today or examiner for his driver's test. And sometimes that's just what you get. Mm-hmm. You're in line. That there was a kind of a chipper guy in a Padres hat. He was giving thumbs up. I was like, oh, this is going to be great, right?
Like,
and then...
Bruh, welcome to the DMV, bruh.
Show me your right blinker.
It's the big day.
Catch the Pods game, bruh.
Yeah, bruh. Soto has not been clutch, bruh. But let's see if you got a little... Speaking of clutch, don't forget to... Sorry, yeah,
ready for your driver's test?
What's that? I can't hear you. You ready for your driver's test? All right, it's time to parallel park, bro.
You don't do that anymore.
That is a little bit. You want to hear one slight old millennial rant? Kids these days, they don't even have to learn how to parallel park.
They took it off the test.
They took it off the test.
Too many people were failing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
We still parallel park all the time.
Yeah.
There's only more cars in smaller cities.
If anything, they
Yeah.
need
The
to.
one thing they should make sure.
If anything, they need to focus
why-
more on parallel
That's
parking.
why no one knows how to do it. They don't have to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to back around a corner anymore. And we had to do that in Washington State.
And that skill you never need.
I've rarely backed around a corner.
Yeah.
In fact, I look at him like, ooh, here's a fun little challenge.
Ooh.
Like a little obstacle course.
This kind of ties in. Like I do think you are correct. Of course, you're correct that the value in multiple parents can be multiple attitudes and different things like driving. Like I was kind of better suited for like teaching our kid to drive on the freeway.
yeah.
Like the time, the long drives and taking him out and stuff like for whatever you did a lot more of the day-to-day kind of grind. And then like the actual heavy lifting of all the paperwork and stuff like that.
Well,
also,
I think
you know how to parallel park really well. And I can back into a spot like nobody's business. We've got different skills.
yours
strengths.
was like a higher intensity driving,
Yes.
so SoCal Freeway.
Right. And I'm a
And-
little more chill than you, so I can do that.
Yeah. Even today, Joel was like, because I was like middle lane, turn left or something, because he drove me here,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You're not the driving instructor." Like he meant it like silly. But I
Yes.
was like, "You just got your license.
You've
Like,
been licensed for 15 minutes.
You don't know how to drive from the DMV to our office space.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you." So funny. Yeah.
You're
But-
right, though. There is real value in different perspectives. And because Joel will pull that a lot, and he's like, this is not a big deal to mom. Mom doesn't freak out about this stuff.
We do have that dynamic in our household.
Yes.
You
very
know,
much
where
so.
like I'm parenting solo.
For 3 to 5 days a week, depending on the week. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you come in, there's like our reentry and in a lot of ways, there is more of a checks and balances when you show up, but that's just like out of necessity.
Yeah. Well, there's just another set of eyes.
Yeah. You're going to see things that I miss.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
it's
just different.
well, and then I have to be able to receive when you're like, hey, cool it. You haven't earned that yet. Because I do think when you are a traveling parent, you can't just come home guns a-blazing. Like, guess who's back?
Yeah, kind of on a high
The
horse.
real
or something.
parent. And they're like, hey, we've existed without you for a few days. Don't come in here and act like you run the show.
Well, it's funny because we did a beach day yesterday with our family friends who are in town. And you had work calls. You were the only dad with us. It was like moms and kids.
Yeah.
And there was a grandpa, but the littlest kids had to leave early. And
Nap time.
Yeah. And they have 4 and 3. She had 3 of them and boogie boards galore.
It's unbelievable.
And
Erin was mom of the year.
she was boogie boarding with 3
boogie boarding
kids
with 3 kids in
under
the
7.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Big old smile on her face. Cool hat. Crushed it.
So I was kind of like, hey, wherever you are, because you're on the phone, I was like, can you come? Stuff like that. You're like,
I was speaking to my manager.
yeah. But the funny thing was, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get the kids out of the water, and then I was with 2 moms who beach like way more than I do.
Yeah.
And they were like, and we have kids in that like 8 to 16 range.
Yeah.
And so they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They want help, but they don't want you to get the kids out of the water.
No.
They want you to take down the pop-up and clear off the sand and load the chairs.
Yeah.
And then they bring them to the sidewalk.
There's a clutch move. That's a big,
Clutch.
you know that move? As
I
a
did
beach?
not know that.
It's a huge,
You
it's a
get
great way to
out of the sand to the sidewalk with
to
all the gear.
the pillar, or what's it called? The little half wall.
Yeah.
Take the stuff to the half wall. It's like, and then just kind of
Leave
go
it.
put it in a pile there. So
And then like do all that ahead and
Yeah.
then bring the kids.
And
Yeah.
then-
and bring the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do the load up first usually.
Okay.
So then that way it's like what's left is the most minimal amount of things
The
I could
sand toys.
I could carry.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I mean, because for us it's surfboards and boogie boards.
Yeah.
So it's like it already necessitates
Yeah.
multiple trips.
Yeah.
So I try to just like donkey
Yeah.
haul as much as I can
Yes.
ahead.
And our
You're a
kids, like our
mule.
teenagers can carry some stuff.
Yeah.
But the other thing with teens at the beach is they're like, we're gonna walk to the shops.
You're like,
We're-
no, you are not.
we got enough money to buy 3 ice creams. And you're like, there's 20 people here. They're like, did you bring goggles? The waves aren't even big today.
Joe's like, they were complaining about the waves. And I'm like, if you can complain at the beach, then.
La Jolla Shores.
That being said,
but we moved on. You're like, no, find something else to do. But the point being, it's really hard as a parent to know how to ask for help and what you need help with. Because I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
That sand. Carry the items to the concrete.
It's
and
clutch.
I was like, wow.
Because it's so much work.
Game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There is nothing quite as exhausting as a parent like a relaxing day at the beach.
Yeah.
It is so much work, man. Beach to pool really are Airbnb to hotel.
Yes.
It's just so much work.
Yes.
And it is, once you get there, you're like, this is great.
I got so much
This
space.
is great.
Yes.
But it's so much more work when you're at the pool. You're like, I'm here, baby. We're here.
And you're like, should we order food?
Let's jump in. We go to order food. Everything's here.
Yeah.
It's certainly more expensive. A pool experience tends to be a little more expensive than a beach experience.
Beaches, you got ice,
Oh,
cooler,
gosh.
towel, shade.
If there is a crevice
Activities.
in the sand, will find it.
Mm-hmm.
You got what do you got? You got a little gap under your nails? Sand.
Ding.
Huh? You got a hole somewhere? Sand. You got a filling that fell out? Sand. Sand will find its way. Sand is omnipresent. Sand
It's
is
true.
everywhere.
It's in all the laundry
the time.
baskets all over your car.
Yeah, sand is kind of it's
eternal.
It's like glitter. Everyone's like, oh, you just came from the beach. You got that on you a little bit.
And we had a really funny parenting day because we did the beach. We told the kids, you all have to shower and eat. We had to do our Patreon Zoom hang, and then we started dropping them off for sleepovers. And so it was 8:00, and you had sandy legs.
Yeah.
You're still in your board shorts.
Yeah.
And
I'd left the beach 4 hours ago. Yeah.
And that's why when they were like complaining, we're like, we just took you to the beach and fed you, and now you're going to a sleepover.
Yeah.
Like, cool it.
Yeah. There's like going to the beach, there's like a hangover that you kind of have that day. Then
hot.
Yeah.
So tired.
Bruh.
Everyone that sees you.
So burnt, bro.
Everyone sees you and like, oh, you went to the beach today. Like, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
or they get into your car and they're like, oh, you guys went to the beach recently. It's kind of like dogs. You're like, oh, you guys are beach people. You guys, you're like, yeah.
People love it.
What I like about the beach is I don't like people who are like, oh, people watching. That being said, the beach people are crazy because you have your stereotypical young, hot people.
Yeah, they bring a towel.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah, Beach Fit Dad. He's out there.
Beach Fit Dad. Well, and like
Oh my gosh.
every beach is kind of a nude beach now. Like
There was a girl in a thong, and then she had these fishnet, you saw them.
what do you mean
Pants.
you saw them?
They were see-through pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
We walked down the boardwalk with her.
Yeah. It is really
Great butt.
all beaches are nude beaches now. The smallest amount of people are like, I'm going to wear a pirate patch to the beach. You're like, oh, okay. That's your full bathing suit now. No, I'm not judging you. I am noting that you...
It's a triangle.
How does this yo-yo look?
Yeah. It's my bathing suit is just the string from a yo-yo. That's my full. I have a trick. It says walk the dog.
Is that Duncan?
It's yeah. Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, what I did is you know how when you go to some coffee shops they give you like motivational little quotes?
Yeah.
That's my top. I just have 2 motivational quotes here. Oh, okay. What I did is
Some dental floss.
I ordered a small Americano, And then I cut that up and I made it into my bathing suit. I just have a little paper. Okay.
Look at my new AirTags.
Yeah. That way I never lose my bathing suit because they're AirTags. I just have a little AirTag bathing suit. That way you know where I am at all times. It's thongs are back, baby. Because thongs were a very 80s thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah,
like
you would see like old movies that had thongs, like at the beach. But when we went to the beach growing up, they weren't there. But then Thong Song came out, but that was not beach thong. That was like hanging out of the back of your jeans thong. Like thongs had a jeans era when I was in middle school, which was a bad/great time for there to be a thong era.
Especially when your parents still called flip-flops thongs.
Thongs, yeah, that was a fun era.
Oh, that was
fun. Dad's like, get my thongs. What? What are you doing? But yeah, the small bathing suit. But there's so many, because they're like beach lizard types too, who just you're like, oh, you come here, and there's always the ocean swimmers. The ocean swimmers are a group.
The day camp kind of.
There's always
genre.
some day camps. There's some surf
t-shirts,
camps. It's
you
great.
know, they all get the same T-shirt on. Yeah.
And then there's us, still trying to shake the sand out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
just in the middle.
Well, I hope you guys can shake the sand out of your ears from this episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
All right, guys.
I think we're doing a rerun next week. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. First week of August is rerun.
First week of August.
Woo!
Email us at dontmakemecomebackthere@gmail.com if there's another episode that you, or a specific moment or email or you. Anyways. Bye!
Bye!
Thanks for listening to that episode, everyone. I want to give a special shout out to our As Essential as Oils patrons. That's our $25 a month and up patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support of the podcast.
Absolutely. We've got Averill Griffiths,
Adam Bush,
Allison Nelson,
Bonnie Galindo,
Carrie Teague,
Caroline Crimmins,
Code to Grow,
Courtney Eibling,
Dem Eris Diaz Stevens,
Dave and Melissa Cox,
Dave Hoagland,
Isaac Teron,
Jason White,
Jennifer Ashley Downs,
Jordan Cowan,
Juliana Smith,
Lori Amos,
Matt and Sam Slosdom,
Nathan and Jennifer Merritt,
Nicole Carraz,
Rachel Wilson,
Rachel Kennedy,
Robert and Nellie Capin,
Stephen Mena,
and Tiffany Payne.
Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to us.
Thank you.